Hi guys, today we're interviewing SlurpXBT. Hi Slurp, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's been a long time since we didn't speak to each other.
Yeah. It's been, what is it, about 10 months?
Yeah,
Maybe?
exactly 10 months.
Oh, really?
We I
Nice.
think just before the Luna collapse. Luna was still $80 when we
Oh, yeah.
spoke the last time.
Yeah. I mean, Slurp pointed out in this chart we're seeing right here. You know, Bitcoin was still at 46K uh, back then. And yeah.
Exactly. It was a couple days before Luna. Like it was
Wow.
trading at 80, and I remember then we went through turbo nuke.
Yeah. Stuff went down. So yeah, where should we start? The Luna collapse. How did it go for you? What did you see with your on chain?
Hmm. Luna collapse was actually like relatively okay for me,
Mm-hmm.
and also like everything after it, FTX and all that. I kind of survived it without any scratch. Actually made money on both occasions. But after the Luna collapse, I cashed out like 80% of my crypto,
Good.
and yeah, and I was just too scared to hold anymore, and said, okay, let's cash out. If market is gonna be good again, I'll probably make back everything and much more. So I just wanted to like kind of hedge my crypto exposure
Mm-hmm.
and cash out some gains, because on previous occasions, like in 2017 and all that, I just lost pretty much everything. So it was wake up call to cash out.
Yeah.
And yeah, how did with Luna? I actually, when I started seeing the perpetual motion of the Luna protocol, when it started minting more and more Luna, I shorted at 80 and closed at 40, like, and that was it. And then I just didn't trade anymore
Wow.
because I know everything would be like super sketchy, and just didn't want to get liquidated on the 200% rip up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's doing 99% each day. So yeah,
Yeah.
Luna was fine for me. Luna was really fine.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, and yeah, after Luna, what happened there? Um, like.
After Luna, I mostly stopped trading for a while
Mm-hmm.
because I expected like this was from here how much BTC went down. BTC went down like 40%. I expected it to be chop and stopped trading for 14 days or something.
Mm.
Yeah,
Understood.
like half of this range I didn't trade, half of this range I chopped myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried the breakout right here, which was like really stupid. I thought, okay,
Yeah.
Luna was actually the bottom, and then 3AC got liquidated.
Yeah.
Also did like relatively good on this. I was not in any spot or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was just in cash, and yeah, I made pretty much everything that I'd cash out back from Luna until the FTX collapse.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, again after XTX collapse, I cashed out again. I said, okay, like the second biggest exchange pretty much went bust. I don't expect this to do anything. I just wanna
I remember you warning people of FTX, including me. I do not want to go into the details, but you kind of were on point with that. Um,
yeah, I got like really good info on it, and I actually cashed out. I withdrew from XTX couple days before it went bust, but I didn't know at that point that it will go bust. So the last day when it went bust, like I just got a couple people that were saying that FTX actually SBF asking around Silicon Valley if some billionaires can lend him some money or something, and I said, okay, that's probably fucking it. And
mhm.
I just started messaging people to get the fuck out, and it was like half an hour before its news spread, and they halted the withdrawals.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I remember you
was
like warning me a bit earlier already, if I can say that. But yeah, it. you know.
You were not as fortunate as me, which
No,
is kind of sad.
no. But like, thanks for the heads up. Really appreciate it. Um, uh, like I just struggled with it. Like, like for me, FTX seemed to be one of the most reliable exchanges. But it was just an image, I guess.
I never liked it actually. I traded a bit on FTX, but never had like size there because I just like Binance more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about people. People are like hating Binance, but I think it's just like some stupid fear against Chinese or something. Like I don't know. Like people kind of hate CZ, but as long as I'm in crypto, like Binance is doing okay, and I'm on there from when Binance launched. I went on couple months after it, and stayed there pretty much the whole time.
Yeah,
And I think it's the most reliable. I never
yeah,
had any issues.
yeah. It is the most reliable, I think. I mean, I'm not allowed to trade there anymore, like since my location is won't allow me to trade there. I mean, there are some things, like in 2019, I believe it was, when BTC was at 5K, the 5K area. Binance got hacked for 48 million, and CZ was calling around, denying the hack and calling around for
Oh, I know when
rollbacks of the chain, and that
I
was a bit,
remember that.
yeah, I
That
don't
was a
know,
bit sketchy. This
that,
was the only sketchy moment on
yeah,
Binance,
yeah,
as far as I remember.
yeah, it was a
Everything
sketchy
went
moment.
like even for example, when the Tesla news, like when BTC crashed from
Oh
58
yeah,
to like 30,
yeah,
like I liquidated like futures account, and I think it made like negative PNL
mm-hmm,
because my stop loss was set at mark price instead of last, and
mm-hmm,
I got liquidated like 20% below my actual stop loss, and the account was like heavily leveraged. So
mm-hmm.
I made like negative at least mid five figures, and nobody said anything. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, that's how that's how this market works, right?
But yeah, it's not gonna talk about it
Yeah,
too
yeah,
loud.
yeah,
Too loud.
yeah.
So
Um,
one funny thing about FTX I can show is, oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I need just 1 second. I need to stop some bots at
sure,
work.
sure,
It will take 1 minute.
no problem.
Uh, yeah, I will show after the FTX collapse, I went searching in my trackers, and I found actually when the transfer from FTX to Alameda happened, it was actually kind of insane how much money they drained from the main FTX wallets. Just 1 second. 1 second. So it was in the middle of August, and you can clearly see like right now balances are still like 1 billion of FTX token, which is basically everything locked. So it actually just make the notional big, but it's worthless. So there's like 900 million of ETH and wrapped BTC, some bull tokens, and then next day, this is the next day. I think my API failed here, so let's say because it shows that everything was removed. Because in fact, not everything was removed, but one day after it, you can see the balances. This is what FTX had left when they transferred all the money to Alameda. It was basically only 800 million in Ethereum, and that was it. And before there was like 900 million ETH, 550 mil of RapBTC, 300 mil USDC, staked ETH. Like they transferred everything that has value except ETH. I don't know how actually they lasted pretty long with so little money. They probably sold ETH and converted it to whatever funds you wanted to withdraw.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't have anything else but ETH, you need to sell ETH. Maybe that ETH was underperforming at that time. Actually, probably did. Yeah, it was August. Where's August? Oh, yeah. This was the after the merge, so
Mm-hmm.
Not sure. But yeah, actually, interesting thing how they drained everything. And this was before Tabasco left. That seems like I was surprised that Tabasco was never in any docs and anything. He just got away with. He obviously knew about this, but
Yeah.
kind of strange.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Oh yeah, that's about FTX. I think. Don't have anything more. Do you have any more questions about the FTX thing?
Not really. Not really. Like you cashed out most of it. Like when you knew, and you went into fiat, right? Like into
Yeah, like
Bybits or.
when I knew about FTX, I shorted heavily. Like I
Mm-hmm.
really shorted big. And after I closed my shorts, I just sent again 80% to fiat off ramp and just withdraw to the bank account.
Smart. And when did you get back in?
Uh, I just made everything back. I didn't deposit anything.
Oh.
Like remaining 20%, I just like levered up like a degen, so
Mm-hmm.
in this range,
Mm-hmm.
and then altcoins on chain were kind of nice to me, and I made everything back.
Fuck. That's
So I
nice.
didn't deposit any in the bank. Maybe one alpha again regarding the fiat on ramps is that if you don't want to have issues with fiat on ramps, you should make bank account with the same bank that your fiat on ramp has, and your withdrawal will be processed as internal bank transfers, not bank to bank transfer. And usually they don't ask you where money is coming from, so everything gets processed in like the same day.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I don't really have trouble with that, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually. I know a lot of people that have trouble,
I
but
mean,
if you have the ability,
mm-hmm.
and it takes a lot of effort to prove. Let's say that you trade for 1 yen, have one you withdraw, and somebody said, "Okay, prove me and give me all the transactions." It's kind of easier to just have the same bank and withdraw.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny to see in the chart as well. Just switching subjects, how Genesis like put the bottom in.
I actually shorted here. Like I thought, okay, Genesis gonna dump us to like 12K. I think I shorted peak bottom. I got out like very quickly, but yeah, in hindsight was the bottom. And then
Mm-hmm.
how much? Zero, like 2% range for 50 days.
Yeah, 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 and so you were trading there, right? Like, what did you just?
I got big long here and just levered up, and I think I got long again here. Like I just levered up like crazy. It was not that many trades actually, just some big trades and leverage, and also shorter days. Okay, I closed right there, and then was everything on chain on this move up. Like once, like if you still have 20% of funds left,
Mm-hmm.
you make it quit relatively quickly. Let's say I doubled money here, I doubled money here, and I doubled money here. That's like almost 6x combined. So
Mm-hmm.
then it's kind of easy to make everything back. But
Yeah.
it was not like the proper trading. It was more like, okay, this is pretty much free rolling, and
Mm-hmm.
if market will get good again and I liquidate more, I will just deposit some back and make it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So,
And what did you trade? BTC mostly, or?
BTC and ETH,
Oh yeah.
and then here I went on to the altcoins on chain,
Yeah.
and also on the futures. I was big long on futures, and then dabbling on Kento and everything.
Mm-hmm. And you just trade perps then, or do you trade quarterly futures, or what do you like?
I mostly trade perps.
Okay.
like I'm relatively good on perps on ETH and BTC, and I absolutely suck on altcoins. Like this is my next step in trading. Like I need to better my execution on altcoins because I don't know, like I just choose like my entry points somewhere in between everything, and I usually puke bottoms, and yeah, I started improving my execution a lot. I started scaling in more, and because when with low accounts you can basically market in, and if you get offside it's no problem, but like with a little bit of size, like getting out of some illiquid altcoins,
Oh yeah.
kind of the issue.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
No, it's not funny. No. No, everything about that. I love my quarterly futures, and it's that's the biggest downside of it.
Oh, illiquid. Yeah, this quarterly futures were the thing that I made negative balance on Binance because they were so illiquid on that
Yeah.
on that dump.
Yeah.
I got carried out.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember how it was. I was leaving work and price was like 35, and I drive back home and check the phone and price is 27. Say, okay, I probably got stopped out, forgot my stop was on the mark, and then liquidated. I mean, it was not whole balance, but was decent chunk of Binance account.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. It's yeah. I mean, it's good that Binance takes the loss, you know. So where what's next?
I can tell you the funny story how we almost liquidated the whole trading desk where I work at.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
maybe start with the first day at the trading desk, or what?
yeah. Oh, I will. Like, okay, I started trading at the trading desk when oil went to negative numbers. So basically, just when Corona started. And the first day was really scary. Like, people were losing like massive amounts of money. On the other side, you have people short and celebrating, and it was like really, really bad atmosphere. And now, second biggest moment was when we almost liquidated like entire company because we needed to hedge the electricity for this year, 2023, and we started hedging on the yearly futures for German power. Like at 300, we scaled in to 400, and our average was like 380. Then next day, like people started getting liquidated. Everyone in Europe, like the threshold. This is the idea why we went short here. At 300 to 400 range, the market couldn't sustain itself for more than like 14 days. And we said, okay, we're gonna short there because we have a lot of money to cover, and we'll probably survive 14 days a little bit underwater. And we didn't expect that everyone else will get liquidated. And when people started getting liquidated, price shot up to 1,100, I think. It was like 100 euros away from liquidating our entire balance, which was around 3 billion. And we somehow got away with that. And we actually made money on it, like just at the end of the year. But we weren't allowed to trade when the big losses start happening. The first day after we averaged in the whole position we wanted, it was I think 100 million loss, and people were like, okay, we will survive and everything. Like the second day, when the P&L report started crossing across company, and people are saying, "Oh, did you see that? Do we get the list today?" And we were just fired and closed the company down. It got really scary, and all the main portfolio managers were sitting on the desk in some trading room and just watching tick by tick, is this gonna dump or not, or we're gonna get carried away.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that feeling.
After that, we weren't allowed to trade. We had to transfer all the money to the margin account for that position, and pretty much all the money was there and just sitting until market nuked enough. Just after New Year, we were allowed to trade again, the full size and all that.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like 3 months of doing nothing at the desks and coding, trying new strategies, but we couldn't test anything. Like we couldn't even test the algo. Let's say I make new algo during that period, I wasn't allowed because the risk limit were so tight.
Really interesting. And you know, did it like change anything within the company, or like?
Not sure really, because that was the position that needed to be there. It was just executed poorly. So it was pretty much hedging for the whole business to business portfolio. And let's say I can show you. Where is some good calculator so I don't rub myself and docs? I think I can do that. Let's say. Okay. Let's say 1 times. Okay, look, I will show you how much one contract is worth, and you will see how big positions these are. That are like 1 times 24, and then you go. So 24 is how many hours are in the day, and then how many days in there in the year. Okay, you have 8,760 hours in a year, and then you times 400. This is the value of one contract, the smallest possible lot on that contract that we traded and made that loss. So like almost 3 million, and then you have 100 lots of it. It's like $350 million position that got carried on the wrong side.
Ooh.
And it was not only one. It was not only position that's a problem. A couple others that were hedging already 2024, and yeah, that's pretty much the story. We almost liquidated the entire company, but survived somehow and made profit.
That's pretty wild, man. Did you guys even celebrate it, or was it like, how was the atmosphere? You know, like I don't know, like I cannot imagine. You know.
1 month before the liquidation, we actually had the celebration because the year was so successful. Like electricity went up, we were long the whole year and all that. And then this sudden change came. It was really terrible. Everybody was just looking, okay, how can we make it back until the end of the year? At least how we can get out with the least damage. And somehow we make it. And yeah, in the end of the year we had a celebration, but it was nothing big. Yeah. We celebrated like too early, like 2 months too early.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, that's, I don't know. I cannot imagine that, you know, like I never worked at a fund or anything. And you know, like progress in trading, you know. How did you develop in that, and how do you decide when to long or when to short, or is it just a gut feeling, or are you looking at on-chain stuff, or are you what are you looking at on a daily basis?
On a daily basis,
if you do directional trades, you know.
If I do directional trades, I mostly trend following and wage trading, so it's not like a big deal, some basic moving averages, and that's it. But there's a lot of discretionary edge, or let's say some discretionary decision making that's not just automated or somehow systematic. Like on daily basis, I will mostly use just my Discord, like the data feeds that I have. This is pretty much the only thing that I use. Like each morning, I'm gonna check what are the top performers, what are the top losers, and maybe on the different time frames. Let's say if I want to see like what was the top performer this week, and if I want to, let's say, long it on a dip or something like that. It pretty much shows you what's trending right now.
Okay.
And then I can check. I check volumes to see if there's any outlier like this AGX, this kind of outlier, because it's some small shitcoin that just got listed on Binance.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I will check the Korean volume if there's any outliers there, because Aptos was like really wild. I think it was. I can try to find it. It was not that long ago. Oh yeah, Aptos. This is here. Yeah, they like 600 million in the Koreans, and Aptos actually pumped like really hard. And then I will check the futures, mostly just the premiums, if there is anything interesting to make. Let's say cash and carry, but like after the Coinbase top in 2021, there's nothing to do there unless you're trading quarterlies. Then I have funding. I will check if there's any like turbo negative funding, and it's easy to long. If something has negative funding and for a long period, let's say last 30 periods average was negative, I'll probably long it and just watch the short get wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm doing some on-chain, I'll probably check farms and pools. Like this is the channel where I get the top TVL farms and the top API farms. So if you want data quickly, you just go here and see what are the top farms. So you don't need to check 20 websites and all the protocols and all that. And also have all sorted by chain, so it's easier. Let's say your focus right now, your focus is Arbitrum. You just scroll, find Arbitrum, and you see what's happening there. And it's divided by normal coins and stable coins, so it's like easy to see. And then I will check for the new coins if there's anything special.
Mm-hmm.
Like today was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new coins on ETH, and if I see good name, I will check the website and see if it's worth digging more. Pretty much.
I love how you structured that, man.
Yeah, the funny thing how I started doing this is I wanted to make some things automated, because like checking 20 websites was just too much, and I also have work at the desk, so
Yeah.
this is 8 hours out of my day. And if I actually wanted to stay on top of everything, I needed to automate everything. So this is the result of this idea, automating a couple things, and then I just started adding and adding and adding. And now it's pretty much complete. I don't want to add anything else at the moment, because then it would get like messy. Even now, there's like a lot of. It's a big mess, but once you get a gist of it, you can find everything. For example, this is also good. The chain TVL stuff. Like usually people would check the TVL just by the notional value. I denominate it in ETH, so if the market goes up, the TVL increase won't reflect that. If there is no actual deposits into the chain, the TVL increase won't reflect that. Of course, if this a shitcoin denominated TVL, it's gonna go up a bit, but not that much. So it's a bit clearer picture than just pure notional. If you understand what I mean. Like let's say Ethereum goes to 300, like TVL gonna be 100 billion, but if there's no new money in, it's gonna still be at 1%.
Yeah.
And then I have like sorted by top 7 protocols in 7-day period, and top protocols in 14-day period, and also top chains in 7-day and 14-day period. Then one other thing is like the new protocol thingy. This pretty much scans just DeFi Llama and checks what's new today and sorted by each chain. And you get everything, like the website, the description, the TVL, and the name. And then I have the exchange listings, which are useful for the obvious reasons. I actually just added a bit because I saw how retarded Koreans get.
Yeah, oh yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
with the Aptos. I said, okay, I need this because it's relatively simple to make, doesn't take much effort, and can pay a lot. And there's like volatility section. This I don't use much because it's not really useful at the moment. And some Twitter following bots, just following a couple of people, check the new followers of each person and spit out what's new. Also scraping 4chan and to see
Oh,
what are the
smart.
tops
Yeah,
mention. This
yeah.
this is this is the most advanced thing that I made actually, because you need to scrap the. I'm scrapping the 4chan bees section,
Mm-hmm.
so I I need to read all the posts and then extract out the keywords and all that.
Yeah.
And then these are the mentions for the like on the all the 4chan
Yeah.
bees. There's like
4chan is
140
basically
mentions.
the Chainlink army, right?
Yeah, pretty much like for the until Ripple never dies.
Really?
Chainlink and Ripple are the main
Okay.
things.
Okay.
And I have some stablecoin data, which just shows you what are the inflows and outflows. Right now, it doesn't look good because it's just like steady outflow out of the system. This is
Mm-hmm.
why I don't expect much to happen. Like I think the Bitcoin can reach 32K, but I don't know who will buy it to up there because
Mm-hmm.
there's no inflow. It's just like PvP and people shuffling money. Maybe it will end up in BTC and we can go up, but I don't see Bitcoin and altcoins performing at the same time, at least for now.
Yeah. Did you see inflows when BTC went from like from 15 to let's say 20? Did you see inflows during that period?
We can check. It's not that old. I think actually there were inflows, like not big, but it was not negative. I think here is one positive. This is still February. Let's go to January. There was a period of some inflows, but it's not big. Yeah, this is like really small. Like it was not big inflow, like maybe 2% in the 1 month basis, but I won't search it because it's a lot of what. And then another thing is like the highest FDV coins. These are
Mm-hmm.
good shorts. This is pretty much why I'm short Optimism and Aptos, because the VDVs are so high. Like
Yeah.
look at this, 13 billion, and even Optimism is like 11 billion.
I mean, I was in your server when it was still free, but like, I don't know, like this it's pretty good info, in there, or pretty good data.
Yeah, the reason I made it paid because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't bother paying for servers and all that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a big deal. It's like 3K per year, but I think it's like big enough to deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
Just like that.
What are you
I
charging?
for this is like 0.5 it.
Okay. Okay.
But
For
it's
the.
one-time payment. It's one-time payment. Like if I would make it less, it's just not worth it for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna bother for like $100. Like
Mm-hmm.
half it is like I can take 2 minutes and click add to the add member.
Yeah.
And there is a small section of wallet tracking. You can use it for the general flows. Let's angle today. Someone sold Lido. Like it's a lot of info. Like if you're not like heavy into crypto, you probably won't understand 90% of this.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like full-time crypto or at least a lot in, it's useful because everything is automating. Like all the things that you would otherwise be checking on the websites or somewhere else, you get spit out in one place. Like
Yeah.
this is the
I'm
main
always
advantage.
manually checking everything, and then yeah.
And yeah, and that's about it. This is what I do every day. Like I come
Mm-hmm.
from the job and I check this Discord, see what's new, and then check the charts, and probably put on a position, maybe do some research on altcoins. Like it's not that special. Like
It's not that
once
special.
everything
It's
is
just
out,
like very high IQ stuff, man. Like, dude.
like once everything is automated, it's like so much easier. Like I have so much time. Like you almost don't need to do anything unless you're going into dex screener and you want to detect when some new contracts get made. That's more advanced, but automating this, yeah, it's a lifesaver for me. Life and time saver.
Yeah, that's it is,
Like
and yeah.
I wouldn't be so successful without it actually, because
No.
just would
I understand. But it, like, how to say it? It makes it really rational for you. I think a lot of decisions.
yeah, it's mostly data based. It's
Yeah.
not like just my gut feeling. Like
Mm-hmm.
of course I'm gonna put some position because my gut feeling, but
Mm-hmm.
it's based on data that I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Um, but also like you're pretty highly educated. You're an engineer and then a little bit more, without doxing anything. Um, yeah, like good stuff.
Yeah, aerospace engineering, like a lot of mathematics.
Yeah. I'm an engineer, but like I'm not at that level. Um, anyway, what else should we talk about? I think we almost finished our list now. We talked about what we made
I think we can
prizes.
talk about one more thing that I think is like really important going forward for every trader in crypto,
Mm-hmm.
and it is focusing on maybe two or three things and then like going full on that and not doing other things. Like for example, you need to decide, are you gonna be like perps trader and DeFi trader, or you want to do some NFTs and gaming and all that, because it's so much stuff that you just can't follow everything. And if you do everything, you probably be like mediocre at best at
Yeah,
each
yeah.
one. But if you focus on two things, you're gonna be like really good in two things. And
Mm-hmm.
in pretty much every condition, there's money to be made in every vertical out of all that. And if you're good at two, you probably make way more than if you're mediocre at five.
Yeah.
And then when easy mode come back, you just follow a couple people and copy trade them for the
Yeah.
other verticals.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I would say I almost focus on one thing, and that's just trading BTC or ETH. But one thing I would tell people as well, I think my biggest tip is make friends. Um, like you try to save my ass, like before FTX. In prior podcasts, we talked about the Tesla trades we took with Elon in Crack then it was. Stuff like that, like there's so many things where just a tip
I
or like somebody's on
I
the
think
news.
I think Crypto's Twitter switched from the, let's say in 2018, 2019, it was competition who's the best trader. Everyone was sharing charts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think people switched to like who's the best social chameleon, like how to get into closed groups where people get stuff early, and it's not alpha, it's just like insider trading, but that's the reality of crypto. I'm not opposed to that. Like I don't care if people inside trade, but this is the biggest money maker at this moment. Like if you get into things early and
Mm-hmm.
you know about things early,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna you're gonna outperform everyone. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
that's really
mean,
good tip. Get good friends. Get good
and
friends.
but also like it's not only insider trading. Of course those things happen and it's illegal as well. Kind of depends on, but yeah, but also like good friends. Like you with your on-chain data. You spotted a few things early. Like Adam was basically, I don't know how he was checking the SEC website. He got it early. And
Oh, the Elon, the Tesla news.
yeah, the Tesla news. It was, what was it? I remember the price. We shot up from 38K to 42.
45.
Like yeah, but like the first leg, like 42, I already like sold because we were almost like everybody in the group was like on voice. Like yeah, everybody like 100x. Like okay, let's tweet about it, and we were like searching on Twitter as well. Like, is it out yet? Is it out yet? And it took more than 5 minutes before it was out yet.
I remember that because I saw it on Twitter, and or maybe even in some Discord. I'm not sure, but when I saw it, there was like couple minutes when price was not moving. I was like, oh, should I close this? Because I was like 30x leveraged, and then it shoot up in one candle, and then instantly funding went to to like some crazy numbers. It was just like not profitable to hold along for more than a week or something like that, which is super high.
It was so fast. I was just scared, and like there were a lot of people getting liquidated on their longs. They heard the news and they were just mid candle, basically mid 1 minute candle. They never like basically went underwater, but they market longed it on 100x, and they got immediately liquidated, and just because the index price wasn't that far up yet. The per price was way higher already, and they get liquidated on the index price, and they got immediately liquidated on the move up.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's funny. But I mean, things like that, and like other things, or like certain, warnings. Somebody sees something, and it's really helpful to have good friends, and.
I mean, like I said, insider trading, I didn't mean like it's just like insider trading, but
yeah,
a lot of things you hear like really early if you're in couple Discord groups.
Yeah.
And all the like if you're in Discord groups with some developers and all that, they will tell you on what things they are working on, and you can prepare and all that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no. I understand you, and I'm sure the listeners will understand you as well. Yeah. So yeah, you tell people to focus on like 2 or 3 things max, so they can become good at it.
My personal focus is on perps, spot trading, and DeFi, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not into gaming or anything. And also I'm not in NFTs. I have a couple of Pajik penguins, but this is more like a long-term bet.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like I'm mostly perp and DeFi trader.
Nice. And on like you work on location, right? At the trading desk you work. Do you always have like BTC up, or what is that?
I actually work from home.
Oh,
90% of the time. So I have one computer for the work and one computer for the crypto.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
even people at the desk, you can have other charts on. Let's say you have TradingView or some other platform. You can easily have BTC price there and execute some trades. But
yeah, okay.
If you would be scalping there, they would like not be happy. But if you take a couple of trades, nobody. Because even bosses, like you see when boss has his own platform open. It's not uncommon, but as long as everything is fine with you, as long as you're performing and everything is good.
Oh, that's cool.
Once you stop performing very well, you get into trouble.
Yeah, I understand. No, good stuff. Anything else we should talk about? Sorry for asking you, but
I think that's pretty much it. Better end and just make it informative than talk some stupid things for half an hour.
Yeah, I liked your tools, man, and I liked your Discord server. It's really informative, and I like the way how you use it. Really makes it rational.
Yeah. If anyone wants to join, you just go to my Twitter and click on this Discord, and it will take you. It will take you here, and you can see which channels are, all descriptions, and all that.
Nice, perfect. Yeah. Well,
And that's pretty much it, I think.
yeah. Well, thank you for your time, and yeah, thank you for your time, guys. Make sure to follow Slurp on Twitter. Subscribe to Bitcoin Edge, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks, Slurp.
Yeah, thanks for having me.